I need to talk to the anti-fascist out there, y'all. Look, I really need to talk. Are you out there? You are. You're looking at me. Look at you right now. Okay, cool. Look, I need to talk to you. I need to apologize up on you, man. I didn't know I was being disrespectful at all. None of us knew we was. We was calling you a fascist, you know. We thought that that's what you wanted to be called, you know. So we was using your pronouns for you, you know, using some of that respect on you and stuff like that. It was like, well, they hate the Antifas, the anti-fascists so much because that's all they go out there and talk about is hating on the Antifas. Going to make them a terrorist organization and stuff. I'm like, well, if they hate anti-fascism, it must mean that they're a fascist and that they want to be called a fascist. So we was like, we better start calling them what they are, you know, or they're going to start snowflaking up on us, you know, and all that. And we didn't want you snowflaking. We was like, well, better call them fascists because that's what they want to be called because they're anti-fascist, you know. So that's what we was doing. That's all we was doing. We didn't mean no disrespect by it. We was just calling you what you were or what you wanted to be called, you know. Well, now I'm starting to wonder, do you not know what any of this stuff means? Maybe you don't know what any of it means. Okay, I'm going to slow it down for you real good. Okay, look, if you say that you hate Antifa, okay, which is anti-fascism, if you say that, what you're also saying is, I love fascism. See what I'm saying? If you say, I hate anti-fascism, is another way of saying, I love fascism. See, that's all we was doing. We was like, well, we didn't even have to really put too many of the pieces of the puzzle together. You know, you kind of did it for us. We was like, well, if they hate anti-fascist, that means they're fascist and they want to be called fascist. And we better do that, you know, give them what they want, you know. And look, I don't know if you realize it or not. Let me ask you a question. Do you study up on any histories at all? Any histories? The people, the men that stormed the beaches of Normandy, was those heroes to you? Were they traitors? Which ones were they to you? Were they heroes or traitors? Huh? I see, because the men that stormed the beaches of Normandy were the OGs. They the original gangsters. They were the original Antifa, anti-fascists. They stormed the beaches of Normandy. You know what to do? You know what they was going there to do? Killing some damn Nazis. That's what they was going to go do. Killing some damn Nazis. And they did. And they did. They were the original Antifa. So I want to ask you again there, anti-fascist. Were the men that stormed the beaches of Normandy, were they heroes or were they traitors? Huh? Because they were Antifa. And every American in this country that hates some Nazis are Antifa. So, again, I'm all confused up. All we was doing is just using the words that you wanted to be used on you. You said you hate you some Antifas. Hey, that big orange bloated syphilis up Adderall riddled idiot, constantly going out there and bashing against the Antifas all the time. And then he turns around and gets you mad at the Antifas. So what he's telling you when he says, I'm labeling Antifa as a terrorist organization, what he's telling you is, hey, I'm a effing fascist. That's what he's telling you. And because he's hating on something that's not even an organization, okay? There's nowhere to sign up to be Antifa, all right? That's just me saying, I don't like effing fascist. That's all it's saying. That's all it's saying. So that would be at the least 81 million people that voted for Joe Biden back in 2020. So he don't even stop there. You know, him and that Stephen Miller, that little bitch, they want to go ahead and deem half of America, the entire left, is now extremist, aka terrorist, okay? So whenever you hear people like Donald F. and Trump and Stephen Miller and that whole bunch go out there and go after the left constantly, and then accuse the left of the ones stirring up violence and stuff like that, the left ain't doing nothing, all right? It's every single day they're beating that drum into your head to convince you to hate at the very least 81 million people in this country. while at the same time convincing you that, hey, fascism's cool. What you do is you hate you some anti-fascist, okay? He is literally telling you, I think you're so stupid that you're not going to understand that I'm telling you to your face that I'm a fascist. That's what he's doing. And you can tell by the way that it is, because he literally said the other day that smart people don't like him. Hey, guess what else that means? Guess who does like him? In his own words, in his own mind, what he's saying is stupid people do. And he's using that against you. Okay? That's what he's doing. Because if you're not anti-fascist, that makes you an effing fascist. All right? Look around this administration at everything they do, everything they represent, the people that surround him. Stephen Miller. It's no secret. You can go back and look at the papers and stuff that he did back in college. He has been a white nationalist fascist his entire adult life. That's what he's been. Pete Hegseth, same way, with his Christian nationalist, white supremacist tattoos all over his body. Tom Homan, another one all tied up with Christian nationalism, white supremacy. Donald F. and Trump reading Hitler quotes by his bedside table, according to his first wife, obsessed with them. The whole damn regime, they might not be Nazis, okay? But they certainly subscribe to Nazi ideology, and they're bringing you along with it there. Okay, that's what they're doing. So when they convince you immediately, hey, what you got to do is hate on some Antifa, they're telling you, you've got to hate anti-fascists because we are fascist. That's what they're telling you. See, they even did that to you back on the January 6th. Remember that? They had you convinced up that it wasn't us that went up there and stormed the Capitol, rubbed doo-doo all over the walls, took down the Trump flag, or took down the American flag and raised up a Trump flag, erected a gallows, threatened to hang the vice president, all that. No, that wasn't us. Infiltrated by the Antifas of what happened. The Antifas did it. Well, if that's the case, then Donald F. and Trump just freed 1,600 Antifas, didn't he? See, because you didn't believe it either. You didn't believe it either. What you need is an enemy all the time, and you need somebody like Donald F. and Trump to point out who that enemy is. See, because you're being lied to and played constantly. That's what's happening. Every single day they get out there and try to accuse the left of some sort of violence that comes from your side. Comes from your side. Hey, that ICE facility that got shot up the other day, immediately, J.D. Vance, I'm a real boy. He comes out and accused the left of it right off the bat, and so does old puppy killer there, Kristi Noem. Immediately, while there was still smoke coming out the shell casings, they were accusing the left. The same thing they did when that dude got what he got a couple of weeks ago. Blame the left. Blame the left immediately. No, it wasn't from the left. It never is. It's always from your side. But they use it to blame the left every single time. And the reason why they do that is because they want you civil warring with the left. They need that. Donald F. and Trump needs that. He needs it because that way he can just accumulate all the power. That's what he's trying to do. That's why he gave that stupid speech the other day, which was mob boss talk, just telling you, hey, wink and a nod, I need you to go out there and get violent with the left. He's basically begging you to now whenever he was talking about that the left is dangerous, that the left is doing this, the left is doing that, and the right never does anything. But if the left keeps pushing, they're finally going to push the right over the edge, and the right's going to have to do something. I don't want them to do it. I'm the president of everybody. While at the same time, F the left, half this country are extremist terrorists that he says every single day. Okay, so he's trying to incite that because he needs it. He needs it. And that's part of the reason why that Pete Hegseth is calling every, 800 generals over to Virginia so that he can go ahead and decapitate the military is what he's trying to do here in just a week or two. More fascism, more tyranny. I thought that y'all was against all that tyranny. I mean, y'all are the same people that thinks that Alex Jones is the gospel. When he's out there saying, oh, that Obama, you got to watch out for that Obama. What Obama's going to do, he's going to take all your guns. That's what Obama's going to do. He's going to get all your guns. Communism, socialism, Muslimisms. He's going to give you the Muslimisms. All that stuff you bought into with the Alex Jones and stuff. Who's tyrannying up right now? Who's dictatoring up right now? Huh? Donald F. and Trump. Who's putting the military on the streets right now? Who right now is saying they're going to sign an executive order to start going after people's guns? That's right. They're going after the transgendered community first. We got to get the transgendered people's guns first. So he's going to try to do that through executive order. Going to deem them, not psychologically, fit to be able to hold firearms is what they're going to do. So they're going after the transgender community. The same thing that Adolf feller did, y'all. The same thing. More fascism. So they're not, you think they're going to stop there? Oh no, then they're going to go after just gay people as a whole there. And then they'll go after the black people. Then they'll go after all the Democrats because, well, you know, they're all Antifa, which makes them all extremists. So, and then they're coming for you. Okay? That's how these things work there. Okay? So while you're out there hating on some anti-fascist, please remember that makes you a fascist just to say that. Okay? Just to say that. So whenever people call you a fascist, they're calling you what you are asking to be called. All right? So don't be hating on people for using your pronouns that you want. All right? And remember, the left ain't coming after nobody. It's Donald F. and Trump, his regime, that's trying to get you to get violent with the left because he needs that. Inmate Trump.